Limits. In this question, we are trying to reason out why limit does not exist for some of our functions. So the question here is, explain why the limit does not exist for the following functions. So I have a set of 4 functions here, and in the next video, I have another set of 4 functions. I would like you to copy these, answer yourself, and then look into my suggestion. That way you'll gain more confidence and be more beneficial for you. Part A is limit of 1 over x as x approaches 0. It does not exist. Why? B. Limit of 1 over x square when x approaches 0. C is limit of minus 1 to the power of x when x approaches 0. And D is limit of square root of x when x approaches 0. You should remember that for limit to exist, as we approach that point from both the sides, we should be approaching the same value. So one, we should have limit from both the sides and the limit should be same. So that means limit of a function, let's say we are approaching a, I'm just taking general, and the function is f of x. It will exist only if the limit of the function when you approach a from negative side is equal to limit of function when you approach a from positive side is same. Only then the limit approach. When we say negative and positive side, what do we mean? We mean that to the right, to the left is the negative side, so that means from left. This is from left side. And this is right of a. Do you see that? So when both are same, both are real numbers, then and only then the limit exists, and it is that value. Correct? Let's look into the function 1 over x. The limit of 1 over x does not exist at x equals to 0. It will exist for all other values, right? Reason is very simple, right? You've seen 1 over x graph. 1 over x graph is something like this. We have a vertical asymptote at x equals to 0. If you approach from left side, you are approaching negative infinity. If you approach from right side, you are approaching positive infinity. But infinity is not a defined number. Therefore, it does not exist. Do you understand? So that's the reason. How about part B, which is limit of 1 over x square when x approaches 0. Let's try to sketch this also. Now here, x square is always positive, right? So this becomes positive kind of. It's more steeper if you compare with 1 over x graph, right? So it's kind of like this. Now, if you approach from left side, so we are approaching 0 from left side, you are approaching positive infinity, right? When you approach from the right side, you're again approaching positive infinity. But infinity, that means infinity, is not a defined number. Do you understand? Infinity is not defined. It's not a real number. And therefore, limit does not exist. Correct? Now, next one. Minus 1 to the power of x. If x is approaching 0, so you are very close to 0, 0.00001, let us say. Now, if I write 0.00001, it becomes an odd number. If the degree is odd, what do I get? What I'm trying to say is, if the degree is odd, then the answer is minus 1. But if the degree is even, then the answer is plus 1. We are not quite sure which one we are talking about. And therefore, limit does not exist. Correct? So these are the reasons for the first 3 questions. Here is the 4th one. Let's sketch it. Sketching is always better. It tells you, gives you a good idea why limit does not exist. At x equals to 0, square root of x is 0. If you approach from the right side, you are approaching 0. Perfectly fine. How about approaching from left side? Can you approach? No, you can't. Since limit as you approach 0 from left side for square root of x does not exist. Therefore, the limit of square root x as you approach x from both the sides does not exist. However, if I write limit of square root of x as x approaches 0 from positive side, it does exist and it is equal to 0, right? From positive side, if you approach 0. But if the question is only limit of square root of x when x approaches 0, then it does not exist, right? So it does have a one-side limit, and that is from the right side. I hope you understand and appreciate these type of questions. Then go through the next video, answer the questions, and after you answer, look into my suggestion. Thank you and all the best.